Lynda Carter played Diana Prince on the hit 1970s Wonder Woman television series. Before she landed that iconic role, she rose to fame after winning the Miss USA pageant in 1973. After studying acting in New York City, she scored her first role in a little-known TV show called Nakia. Shortly thereafter, she started making guest appearances on higher-profile shows like Starsky and Hutch and Helm. Wonder Woman helped launch her multi-decade acting career, and she's been in the public lens ever since. In addition to being an accomplished actor, she's also a talented singer. She released her first single in 1973 and since then has recorded 5 studio albums. Carter has also found success as a voice actress, appearing in several high-profile video games. Most recently, she made a cameo appearance in Wonder Woman 1984. Despite her many successes, she's also had to deal with her fair share of struggles. Even so, she's come out on the other side of her troubles as a stronger woman. Putting down the bottle. She recently told the Daily Mail she's grateful for overcoming one particularly difficult battle, alcoholism. In that interview, the 69-year-old revealed she's been in recovery for 23 years now. Carter further detailed she didn't even start drinking until she was in her mid-20s. Her experience with alcohol was like a roller coaster ride. At first, she would drink heavily for several years straight, then take several years off thinking she had things under control. Eventually, though, she would convince herself she had the willpower to just have one drink without any repercussions. But every time it was the same story. The second she tasted that first sip of booze, she'd be off to the races again. Addiction has a cunning way of convincing someone they're in control when they really aren't. A false sense of confidence can spell disaster for someone struggling to put the bottle down. No single reason. No sane person sets out to become an alcoholic. Typically, the underlying reasons for someone's alcoholism are numerous. There are genetic, environmental, social, and arguably even spiritual factors at play, depending on who you ask. Some people always seem to have a problem with alcohol and self-control, while others experience a gradual worsening of their alcoholism over time. Carter admits there's a history of alcoholism in her family, but that hers was exacerbated by the fact that she had developed poor coping mechanisms for dealing with her problems. When she first started drinking, she was in a very unhappy marriage with her first husband and former talent manager, Ron Samuels. It was a very trying time for Carter. She and her husband were constantly at odds with each other. After the honeymoon phase of their relationship wore off, it was nothing but misery. They were together from 1977 to 82. Fortunately, Carter has since found love once again. She married her current husband, attorney and businessman Robert Altman, in 1981. They have 2 children together. Her son, James Clifford Altman, was born in 1988, and her daughter Jessica was born in 1990. Carter and her husband moved away from Hollywood more than 3 decades ago. She and her family currently live in Potomac, Maryland. Carter is deeply devoted to her family. She was able to overcome her alcoholism by putting them first. Prioritizing what's important and learning healthier ways to cope with life's struggles has given her the opportunity to heal. Opposites attract. Carter told the Daily Mail that she and Altman's marriage is evenly balanced because they both have such different personalities. She described Altman as being smart, charming, and even-tempered while still having a great sense of humor. While around other people, he has the tendency to be more self-contained and reserved. Lynda, however, was quick to point out that she's quite the opposite. Whenever she's around a crowd of people, she tends to be the one seeking attention. The Wonder Woman years. Carter is grateful for her time on Wonder Woman. The show ran from 1975 to 79. When she landed the role, she was struggling to even pay her rent. In fact, she apparently only had $25 in her bank account when she got the phone call with the good news. The opportunity was quite literally life-changing for her. It's amazing the show even got off the ground. Network executives didn't think there was even a market for a female heading a series like Wonder Woman at the time. Women had all the purchasing power back then because they did all the shopping, but it was men who dominated the TV screen. Wonder Woman, however, proved to be a hit with both male and female audiences. Carter explained to Variety in 2016 why she thinks Wonder Woman has continued to resonate with people after all these years. She explained that humanity is still fighting the same fight we were 75 years ago when the heroine was first conceived. We still need more female role models, she says. She continued by pointing out Wonder Woman is so much more than a cartoon character. She's a fighter for justice and truth. She represents that secret self that exists deep inside every woman and girl. She concluded, there's a moral fiber and a goodness about her that all women have. Carter's later projects. Although she isn't necessarily the most prolific performer, Carter has stayed steadily busy since Wonder Woman wrapped up in 1979. She's continued to explore her acting as well as her musical career. She's given live performances in Las Vegas, in addition to guest starring on numerous TV shows like Law & Order, Smallville, and 2.5 Men. From 1994 to 1995, she played the role of Elizabeth Shields on the short-lived adventure series Hawkeye. She then appeared in the Dukes of Hazzard reboot film in 2005 and portrayed Mama Morton in the production of the musical Chicago in London's West End Theatre District. Carter was also the spokesmodel for both Maybelline in the 80s and for Lens Express in the 90s. In 2016, she played U.S. President Olivia Marsden in 5 episodes of CBS's Supergirl. In addition to acting, modeling, and singing, Carter is also an accomplished voice actress. Her husband Robert Altman is the CEO of ZeniMax Media, the parent company for Bethesda Game Studios. In 2002, she voiced several characters in The Elder Scrolls III: Morrowind. She went on to voice numerous characters for several other Bethesda games, including Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Skyrim, Fallout 4, and Rage 2. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And don't go anywhere yet, we still have a bunch of facts to share about Lynda Carter from her years on Wonder Woman. She performed many of her own stunts. Carter has always been fairly fearless. Even though she had her own stunt double, she often performed her own stunts when given the opportunity. While shooting the helicopter stunt on the Season 2 episode Anschluss 77, it became apparent her double looked nothing like her in that particular shot. Instead of running with it anyway, she decided to go ahead and do it herself. And really, she did it for her fans. Not only did she not want to waste time finding another body double, but she also wanted to make sure the shot reflected the standards of quality she knew the viewing audience expected. So she held onto that helicopter and let it lift her up 50 feet into the air. Honestly, it was probably fun. She came up with the Wonder Woman twirl. Carter told Entertainment Weekly back in 2005 her signature spinning move was her idea. She cited her background in dancing as a contributing factor to her coming up with the idea. The producers were all sitting around arguing about how she should make her transformation, and she decided to speak up. She volunteered to do a spin or a pirouette, and just like that, the Wonder Woman spin was born. She had previously auditioned for Wonder Woman. It would seem Carter was always destined to be Wonder Woman. She had previously auditioned for the part of the hero for a 1974 TV film, but the role was given to Kathy Lee Crosby instead. We don't think she has hard feelings though, because just a year later, she was called back to star in the weekly series. Carter preferred the 70s version of Wonder Woman. The first season of Wonder Woman was set in the 1940s, which meant its production was much more expensive. After the show jumped networks after season 1, the production team decided to bring Wonder Woman into the modern age to save money. And since Wonder Woman ages slower than mere mortals, the time jump didn't raise too many questions. Carter later admitted she preferred the 70s version because she thought she performed better in the modern setting. She cared deeply about a crew member. There was one time when the son of Carter's body double, Jeannie Eppers, was made fun of by his classmates after telling them his mom played Wonder Woman on TV. After hearing this, Carter decided to invite his entire class out to the set for a field trip to see Eppers in action. Lynda Carter is certainly an inspiration. Not only is she a feminist icon for her role as Wonder Woman, but she's also a role model for those in recovery from alcoholism and addiction. 23 years is a long time to not have a sip of alcohol. That takes willpower, perseverance, and hard work. We wish Lynda well in her continued journey of recovery, and we hope to see more of her in the future. Which Wonder Woman do you prefer? Lynda Carter in the 70s TV shows or Gal Gadot in the new Wonder Woman films? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to turn on notifications so you never miss another video.